Hey guys, we're back with another set overview, and today we're talking about BT2 Ultimate Power. And this is a pretty cool set. It introduced two new colors. It introduced the black and the purple color to the card game, and it has a lot of fan favorite Digimon. So why don't we just dive right into the set. So we're starting off with our babies. And again, this set introduced 8 babies, so got 4 copies of each here, so it's a pretty big stack. So why don't we just dive right in. So starting with red, we have Digimon. And Digimon, you know, is a cute Digimon. It's got some cute art here. The Digimon says, your turn. While there are 5 or more cards in your opponent's trash, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So it's not a bad card at all. You're able to buff your Digimon just by the simple process of your opponent using cards and putting cards in their trash. It's pretty decent. This also works with some of the themes that the Digimon are based off from, like the animes and things like that. The Galamon line does counter the Beelzemon line, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's Digimon. Decent card. It's not a bad baby, but it's definitely been outpaced by all the newer stuff out. So next we have Demi-Vmon. Yeah, Demi-Vmon's a great card. Look at, they're playing with a ball here. Demi-Vmon's just a cute Digimon. So he says, your turn once per turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gets plus 1000 DP for the turn. So blue does like to unsuspend itself pretty often. As you'll see later on in the set, when we get to the blue cards, Ulforce Vegemon does like to unsuspend itself pretty often enough. And even within like the Imperial Digimon archetype, it does unsuspend often that you could run one of these as your baby. It is once per turn though, so even though you might be unsuspending multiple times, you're only going to get that buff once. So it can feel a little cheap. I mean, I don't think it would have hurt the card to get rid of that once per turn. I think it wouldn't have made it broken, and I think it would have made it just a little bit better. But overall, for its time, this card was pretty good, especially for the deck that it was designed to be played in. So next we have yellow, and we have Nyaromon. And it's got some cute art too, just cuddling with little baby. And it says, opponent's turn. Once Digimon is suspended, all of your security Digimon get plus 1000 DP. So it can be kind of useful if, say, you attack with your Digimon, then your security just gets buffed during your opponent's turn. For yellow, I don't think it was a very good card. You're already able to buff your security stack with other effects. Giving that role to your baby instead of like drawing a card or maybe even buffing your Digimon just doesn't feel very efficient. So even when this card came out, I don't think it was very good. So now we're in the green, and we have Argomon. Argomon looks pretty cool. Just doing his thing in the digital world there. So Argomon says, your turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, gain 1 memory. So it's just a really great baby. And green is still using this baby to this day in EX3. There's a lot of aggressive green right now, and a lot of green that does like to unsuspend. And being able to gain that extra memory, and it's not once per turn. So being able to gain a memory anytime this guy unsuspends, just give you that extra memory to help extend your plays, maybe even win the game. It's just it's a really great baby. And overall, I think this card is really well designed. So now we're into black, and it's one of the new colors introduced in the set. So it has 2 different babies for this set. So first off, we have Kapurimon. Kapurimon looks pretty cute, hanging out in some buildings or some kind of factory here. And it says, your turn. While this Digimon has Reboot, it gets plus 1000 DP. It's a pretty decent card, buffing your stack, giving it just a little extra power it might need, and encouraging you to actually attack with your guys with Reboot, because you know the whole point of Reboot is attacking with it, and then it unsuspends during your opponent's unsuspend phase. So I think it's a great card, and it encourages you to use the new ability Reboot. So next in black we have Sunamon, and he looks pretty great, coming out of the computer screen here. So he says, your turn. While you have another Digimon in play with the same name as this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. And you know, it's a pretty good card. In Diaboromon, you're going to be playing a lot of Diaboromon tokens. So being able to like buff your Diaboromon just by doing what the deck wants to do is pretty great. However, another Sunamon has been printed since this set came out that is just so much better. It lets you draw cards. So while this card was great for its time, it's definitely fallen off. There's really no need to run this card in your Diaboromon deck anymore. Still love it though. Artwork is fantastic. So next we have purple, another card introduced in this set, and another card that has 2 babies in this set. So here's Pagumon. Pagumon's one of my favorite Digimon, and the artwork's pretty cute. He's just shooting out some bubbles. His little baby here, just having a good time. Goes in here and it says, when attacking, trash the top card of your deck. So it's just a really great introduction to purple. It shows that that's what purple wants to do. It wants to trash cards. It wants to get cards in your trash. It's not once per turn, so if you can unsuspend your guy, being able to just continuously attack and trash those cards in your trash, getting any effects that might trigger based on how many cards are in your trash, especially cards that were introduced in the set, it was a pretty good baby. Yeah, it's Pagumon. So next we have Yamon. Yamon looks pretty great. Looks like he's doing some graffiti or something. picking on the little baby here. You're like a jerk. So he says, your turn. While you have 5 or more cards in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So for purple at the time too, this is a pretty good card. You just get a buff just for having 5 cards in your trash, and just through playing the game, you're gonna have those cards in your trash. And especially for purple, you're gonna have those cards in your trash pretty fast. So for the introductory for purple, I think it's pretty good. It's a solid effect. It shows you, it kind of helps you understand what purple wants to do as a color and kind of like its goals. You want cards in your trash, and then you buff your guys with those cards. You just want to have cards in your trash, and then you get buffs from it. Yeah, man, it's a pretty cool card. I really like the artwork. So those are the babies of the set. For the most part, I think they did a pretty good job. There's some pretty good cards in here that, for the most part, they just buff your stacks. Some of them do buff other things or gain you memory. And then for black and purple, I think they did a pretty good job introducing the colors. For Digimon, yeah, this is a pretty good baby. And until that new Cinnamon came out on BT5, this was the baby to use in Digimon, of course. And then for other black decks, this was just a really great card to have, because there was some really powerful cards in black, especially in the earlier sets, that had reboot, that just used reboot, and it was really solid. As you'll see later on in this set and in the next set, Black really tried to play around with reboot and really tried to make it its thing. And then for purple, I think they did a pretty good job with purple too. Palgamon is a simple effect. Just trash the top card of your deck. That can go a long way. It's still really useful today. And then Yamon buffing your guy for having 5 or more cards in your trash, which, you know, it's still great, but there has been better purple cards printed since then that you don't really care about getting that buff as much anymore. Purple doesn't really care about those buffs as much as it might care about, say, on deletion, draw a card, trash a card, which we will see becomes more of a staple theme in purple as future sets come out. So overall, yeah, I think the babies are pretty good this set. And when it comes to overall how many good babies there are, it's better than what we got in BT1. So thanks for watching, guys. I will continue to be uploading videos for the BT2 set throughout the week. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to release a full video of the entire set. So look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!